Hey creators, welcome to another episode of Elgato Flashback. This is the series where we recap everything going on in the world of Elgato, from hardware and software releases and updates to new product features, exciting new listings on Marketplace, and so much more. In this episode, we'll cover exciting additions to Wavelink, our first HDMI 2.1 capture cards, an update to a popular camera, and enter the world of Neo. Wait, different Neo. 2024 started off strong and set the tone for what you can expect this year. Your feedback is at the heart of what drives our development. In January, we kicked off our first official beta program, which means you can check out features early and give us direct feedback. These betas and discussions will be hosted on our subreddit, so make sure to check back there often. We've been working hard to give you more choices in how your setup looks and making you look good and sound great at the same time. To that end, wave panels now come in white. Then, Wavelink 1.9 brought these three big changes. To get the lowest possible latency for games, the Wavelink game channel now has a low latency toggle. This mode uses an optimized audio path to minimize latency, or audio delay, while gaming. One thing to note is that while low latency mode is on, VST2 audio effects will not be supported, only VST3. Another great change is that you can now select an audio output for the stream mix to play back through. This is great if you have a dual PC setup and want to send the audio from your gaming PC to a capture card connected to your streaming PC. Lastly, Wavelink now creates automatic backups of your entire configuration and lets you easily restore it should the worst happen. Then, there were some major updates and releases for audio effects, especially for you Mac users. We launched Compressor, an entirely new audio effect that helps you take your audio up or down a notch, literally. Compressor ensures your audio level is never too loud or too quiet by intelligently adjusting settings. It comes with a built-in configuration tool. Pro tip, you can apply Compressor to any channel in Wavelink. I use it on my voice chat channel so that my friends never get too loud. ReverbFX launched and you can get it today for Wavelink or your favorite DAW from Marketplace. ReverbFX transforms your voice, giving you the sound of being in a damp cave, majestic cathedral, or even in space. Elgato Equalizer was updated to version 1.2 and you can now save presets and install them from Marketplace. Save presets quickly for different scenarios and browse Marketplace and check out presets made by fellow community members and audio experts. Elgato Noise Removal was updated to include manually adjustable settings to fine-tune parameters for your setup. To get these updates, head over to Marketplace and install the audio effect again. Don't worry, your settings will transfer over to the new version. The Wavelink plugin for Stream Deck was updated and it will now display live real-time level meters right on your Stream Deck keys. Set up 2 and you've got yourself virtual faders in either horizontal or vertical orientation. In February, we ushered in the era of HDMI 2.1 capture devices with 4KX and 4K Pro. With 4KX, pass through 4K at 144Hz with VRR and HDR, and capture that at up to 4K 144Hz in SDR or 1440p 60 with HDR. You can play all the latest titles on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X without compromise. With 4K Pro, pass through up to 8K 60 HDR plus VRR while capturing 4K 60 HDR, or pass through 4K 120 with HDR and VRR and capture that at 1080p 120 HDR. It's the perfect companion to your dual PC setup. Here's what EPOS Vox had to say about 4KX.
In short, my recommendation would be to grab the Elgato 4KX USB capture card over all available HDMI 2.1 offerings.
Back in October, Prompter launched to rave reviews and huge success, and your feedback on new features and improvements has been overwhelming. The team has been hard at work and we ran our first beta with Camera Hub 1.9, which featured huge improvements to Prompter. Here's Angelica to go over those changes.
Camera Hub 1.9 introduces huge quality of life updates for Prompter that you've been asking for. Here's what's new. One of the most common feature requests we've gotten since launching Prompter is giving you the ability to turn Prompter off. This is now possible with Camera Hub 1.9, and the Camera Hub plugin for Stream Deck has also been updated so that you can turn Prompter on and off at the press of a key. Changing contrast was also a common ask to improve readability, especially when previewing windows that cannot be edited, and that's now possible. If you've been trying to use Prompter with multiple scripts, you'll be glad to hear that you can now manage more than one script directly in Camera Hub. Another new feature for scripts is the ability to copy and paste text into Camera Hub, and your paragraphs will automatically be split into chapters. We're not done yet with script improvements, because now you can also change the size of the text preview itself within Camera Hub to make it easier to read. You can also split chapters into two and use the new dictation mode to turn your speech into text for script planning, reviewing, and more. That's a lot of new features, but that's still not all. You can now add an overlay to show exactly where your camera lens is so that you can always keep your gaze centered to your camera. And lastly, you can set scripts to loop automatically when you're done, so that you can go from running through a script right back to the beginning like this.
Wow, that was a lot of great changes, and there's more on the way. In fact, I'm using one of these features to record this video. Leave a comment below with what your guess is as to what it is. Now, your mic will look just as good in your setup as you do, with Wave DX available in white. Next, we introduced the follow-up to our incredibly popular Facecam. Our team thought long and hard about the name, and we ended up calling it Facecam MK.2. Facecam MK.2 takes everything you know and love and turns it up to 11. The sharp 1080p and 60 FPS picture quality takes a leap with a new ISP, or image signal processor, with skin tones appearing more natural than ever, and an advanced noise reduction algorithm ensures you appear sharp even in low light. For extreme conditions, such as when a window is behind you, high dynamic range, or HDR, ensures you're properly exposed. And lastly, on April 18th, we launched an entire new product family we call Neo. Do you want to know what it is? Okay, jokes aside. Neo introduces 5 new products, each being a culmination of our years of experience building the best tools for creators. Let's take a look. Facecam Neo is a 1080p 60 camera with great image quality, built-in privacy shutter, and Camera Hub control. Stream Deck Neo is an 8-key Stream Deck with an info bar display and 2 touch points for changing pages. Wave Neo is a condenser microphone with capacitive touch to mute for silent operation and an included riser for optimal positioning. Keylight Neo is a monitor-mounted light with multi-layer diffusion and adjustable brightness and color temperature via onboard controls or USB when connected directly to your computer. Game Capture Neo is a 1080p 60 capture card with support for 4K 60 HDR passthrough, perfect for playing games in high resolution and capturing or streaming on the go. It even works with iPad. There's so much more to Neo, and if you want to learn more, check out these videos where I go into a bit more detail. We couldn't be more excited about getting Neo out and making content creation more accessible than ever. That's it for this episode of Elgato Flashback. Thanks for joining me. Which new product, feature, update, or improvement is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to dive even deeper, check out the Companion Flashback podcast, where we talk with members of the team bringing these incredible products to life and go behind the scenes. See you next time.